This is Ignorant Black People Part 2. I addressed the women on that first one. This one I'm going to address the men. Because he made a video titled Black Men, Message to the Black Men. And the thing about addressing black dudes, young black dudes, it's the same as when you address a lot of young black women. A lot of black dudes, ignorant black dudes, is they're arrogant, they're ignorant. Another thing about ignorant black dudes is empowered in black society. They're empowered by the media. Okay, a good example would be the NWA movie, Straight Outta Compton. I want to see the movie, and I was a big fan of NWA and all that stuff. But what I always knew and understood was they were negative. You know what I'm saying? They were negative. They did a lot of harm to black people, the black psyche, the black mindset. And what bothers me about the movie Straight Outta Compton is I haven't seen it yet. They glorify them. They make them out to be like revolutionaries or something. You know what I'm saying? That their music did somewhat revolutionize things in a certain way, but it was negative. To promote them as if they were revolutionaries in a positive way is BS. If you're going to promote anybody like that, it would be Public Enemy or someone like that. See, this is what happens with black people. The media promotes negative black images, negative black people. It's almost like how the method of rewarding certain behaviors and to get more of that behavior, it's just like how they're promoting homosexuality to black men. So what they do is they take a couple of black homosexuals and they praise them, i.e. Michael Sam and the other dude who was in the NBA. They talked about those guys when that stuff was going on. They talked about those guys as if they were doing some great act. I remember even hearing someone compare Michael Sam, or it was either Michael Sam or the other guy, to Martin Luther King, and I'm like, what the fuck? You see what I'm saying? They're promoting it so you can see more of it, and certain confused black men can be like, okay, being gay is all right, or a black man might be been raised in a very dysfunctional environment. And he'll just say, fuck it, because black people are very dysfunctional. Black American people are very dysfunctional. It's just like a young black man who's got his head on straight. He'll have a hard time finding a black woman. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you ain't even got to be young. Or let's put it this way, a decent black woman, because trust me, there's a very big shortage of decent black women, regardless of what anyone says. You know what I'm saying? And there's so much confusion going on out here, which causes these guys to go that way. But that's another aspect. That's another video. But ignorant black people, black males, they're ignorant because they're arrogant because they're empowered by society. America wants to promote black men as being thugs and street and all that type of shit, because at the end of the day, it's very self-defeating to want to sell drugs, to want to be a gangster, and all that old stupid nonsense. It's very self-defeating. We've seen over the past generations what black men being so-called gangsters and thugs and drug dealers have gotten us. It's gotten us in the prison system. It's gotten us killed by other black men and by the police. And it'll always be justified too by the police, because The image that rappers have promoted of black men is what the larger society and how the larger society sees black men. See, they put those type of rappers in place because it's just like when you look at the American at the turn of the century, the 19th century, early 1900s. Remember, there was a movie called Birth of a Nation that painted the picture of black men as being rapists and shit, rapists of white women and shit. And the larger society believed that nonsense. So that made it a lot easier for a white motherfucker to hang black dudes because, well, they're rapists anyway, which was a fucking lie. The biggest rapists in this country were white men. And here's the thing about that. The flip side of that is, when you look at the history of white men and rape and black women, you would actually believe that a white man has never raped a black woman. You see what I'm saying? Unless you read like slave texts and things of that nature and use your common sense. But I'm talking about from a white perspective, you would think that a white man has never raped a black woman. Because it's very undercover, it's never talked about in the media, it's never prosecuted, you know what I'm saying? Or it'll always be like, she was in the wrong, she did something, you see what I'm saying? It was her fault. And you see that's how it goes. You would think that a white man has never raped a black woman from a white perspective because it's never publicized. It's never put in the media, never heavily scrutinized. Or it's always like they may pay the black woman off and be like, we're gonna give you this money, don't ever talk about this no more. You see what I'm saying? This is the type of shit that goes on. You see what I'm saying? Or her character will be assassinated. You see? This is the games that white people play. A lot of black people don't understand it because when you have money and power, the dynamics is different. When you don't have money and power, the dynamics is different. I'm going to give you a good example. See, they use black people to help steer black people in the wrong direction, to help destroy black people. They'll take Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz, all these Negroes, ignorant Negroes who just want a couple dollars, who just want some money, and they'll put out all this garbage to mislead other black people who don't understand. Like the thing with black people, the theme of black people now is get money, regardless of how you get it. All money is good money to black people. And that's just so far from truth. There's certain things I won't do for money. But you have people who will do anything for money. I know I'm getting kind of off track, but this is what goes on, man. Ignorant black people, arrogant black people, those are the ones with the voice in the black community. And they speak to black people who are on a lower level, and it empowers them. The black people who get it, who got it, who understand the situation and want to change the situation, those are the people who don't get no shine. You see what I'm saying? They don't get no shine. So, ignorant black people, ignorant black men, people like NWA, hell, or Lil Wayne. These people are empowered, and they're empowered to drive you to your destruction. These people give black men the bad name, the bad rep. And that reflects on regular black men. Like, you could be the most upstanding black guy in the world. You can walk outside and get your head blown off by a police officer, and they'll say, well, he had on Nikes. Black thugs wear Nikes, so he was doing something wrong. Back in 8th grade, he touched a blunt. he's a thug, or he wore a hoodie 5 years ago, so he was a thug. So that'll justify why he was murdered, you see? Your image that they've given black people, black men, these black rappers, they're paid to do this. That's why, cause see, really, there's no money in rap, making rap music no more, like rap CDs and shit. There's no money in that shit no more. But these guys get money from corporations and people like that, certain to keep that image going, like Lil Wayne and people like that. This is what they're here for our destruction. But what can you do when the masses of black people have been indoctrinated and they don't see the strings that are being pulled on us? And it'll affect us all who have brown skin and are African American.